Good evening, friends. SEBI came out with a report yesterday on F&O market, and I said this is the best way. Market is at all-time high, and F&O is the best way to lose money in the equity market. So I'm going to talk about certain data points which has been published by the SEBI. SEBI did a wonderful job in terms of releasing, and in SEBI, if you look at it, every now and then giving a lot of insights about the investors' behavior. If you remember, we have been kept saying on our webinar that stay away from F&O. And SEBI report reinforces that fact. And when I look at that report, I read that report, I clearly believe investors are really not applying their mind. There is something called greedflation, greed inflation. Everyone has become greedy, wants to become rich in no time, in quick time. होता नहीं ना लेकिन रियल लाइफ में. And unfortunately, that financial influencer gives lot of tips on the F&O market. मुझे समझ में नहीं आता ये सब एक्सपर्ट्स जब इतनी टिप्स देते रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स को तो उनका पैसा क्यों नहीं बनता है. वेरियस ब्रोकिंग हाउस, वेरियस channels, business channels give F&O tips, am I right, on a daily basis. The so-called experts are coming and giving tips on the F&O market, then why the F&O market is not making for the retail investors? And I think that basic common sense we need to all apply to ensure that we are not part of that herd mentality. So I'll present some data, and of course I'll be more than happy to discuss more on this in this question answer. Small disclaimer that this webinar is only to enhance your understanding of the equity market. Please consult your financial advisor before buying and selling stock. Past performance is no indicator of future returns, and investment in securities market are subject to market risk. Now if you look at it, 93% of the investors, that's a wrong word, traders lost money in equity F&O market. 93%. So what is the probability of you making 7% if you are lucky? And this is on a period of 3 years. This is not talking about a period of 3 months, 6 months or 1 year. I can understand of that. 3 years is a too long period, and I've said time and again the probability of you losing money in equity market in a block of 3 years is very, very minimal. ये अंडर परफॉर्मेंस की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं तो पैसा गुमाने की बात कर रहा हूं. And we know the quantum of money that has been lost. Huge money. 1.13 crore unique investors incurred losses in the F&O market. 1.13 crore. So we are not talking about a smaller sample size. ये 1 करोड़ इन्वेस्टर्स को कोई सही एडवाइजर नहीं मिला है. They have not yet come to the MarketsMojo platform. Had they been there, they would not have incurred the losses in F&O. 1 करोड़ कोई छोटा सा अमाउंट नहीं है. Total loss in last 3 years, FY 2022, FY 2023, FY 2024, 1.8 lakh crore. This is by no stretch of imagination is a small amount. 1.8 lakh crore किसको बोलते हैं? In fact, our Manrega budget would be in about 60-65,000 crore. In other words, every year retail investors on an average loses equivalent to Manrega budget. बेवकूफ़ी है ना. Now I can understand if the market was bad. 3 साल में तो मार्केट बहुत अच्छा रहा. and yet people incurred losses in F&O. I don't understand. I don't understand the logic there. Why do you want to be traders? Why can't you be an investor? Every other individual investors think that I don't fall into that 7% category, 93% category. Those who are losing money, I fall under 7% category who makes money. ये बेवकूफ़ी है समझना भी. 1.8 lakh crore is not a small amount. But मस्ती है, एक तरह का एडिक्शन है कि F&O मार्केट में खेलना है. My request to all of you, please now at least थोड़ा तो दिमाग लगाओ अपना. दिमाग की बत्ती जला दो अभी. सेबी बोल रहा है, मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूं. And they've actually looked at the data because they have all the data of what you buy and sell. They've compiled all the data and put these numbers. समझ जाओ मेरे भाई लोग, F&O market, you are going to lose money. And out of that 1.8 lakh crore, 75,000 crore were lost in the last financial year when the equity market did extremely well. मार्केट अच्छा कर रहा है, आपका पैसा नहीं बन रहा है. This 1.8 lakh crore logical should have been 1.8 lakh crore positive. In other words, investors not only lost 1.8 crore, they also lost an opportunity to make 1.8 lakh crore positive gain. See the difference there. But नहीं, हमें तो करना है. On an average, in last 3 years, 2 lakh has been lost by the investors. 2 lakh. And this amount assumes significance because when I come to look at the data, 75% of the investors have an annual income of less than 5 lakh. Bhai, you could have spent that money on your family, on your well-being, and other things. But you choose to play in the F&O market. 42 lakh investors traded first time in the last 3 years. तो ये जो 1.1 करोड़ जो मैं बता रहा था नंबर 1.13 करोड़ उसमें से 40% investors have traded first time in the F&O market. And I will not be surprised if this data has to come again next time, same time next year. This number would have further gone up. Despite data suggests that you making money in the F&O market is very, very low. Please don't get carried away by what comes on the business channels, on the newspapers, on the social media. वहाँ पे लोग बेवकूफ़ बनाने के लिए बैठे हैं और आप बेवकूफ़ बन रहे हो. That's my worry. डेटा झूठ नहीं बोलते हैं. And please learn this. Who made the money? If retail investor lost the money, FPI and prop books made 61,000 crore only in 2024. 61,000 crore is not a small amount, am I right? तो क्या हो रहा है? रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स F&O में खेल के किसको दे रहा है? FPI को दे रहा है, HNI इन्वेस्टर्स को दे रहा है. Clear cut transfer of money from one section to the other section of the society. $50,000 crore has been made by brokers, exchanges, and government in the form of STT in the last 3 years. I know, I'm not surprised. Some of the broking firms have seen their business growing. They're pushing F&O products to you. Am I right? वो आरएम कितनी बार फोन करता है आपको, ये एफएनओ में ये कर लो वो कर लो. उसका तो फायदा इसके लिए करा है. तो बेवकूफ लोग समझो कि जो आप गवा रहे हो 50,000 crore has been made by the brokers, exchanges and government. Broker business is to make you more trade. वो आपका भला नहीं चाहता है, वो तो अपनी इनकम चाहता है. And if you ask me, one of the biggest takeaway of the SEBI report is that complete mis-selling of the product by the intermediaries. अगर वो इतने एक्सपर्ट है तो क्यों जाता है लॉस 93% इन्वेस्टर्स का? क्यों उनको मुनाफा नहीं होता है? जो क्लेम करते हैं ना हमारा एफएनओ, हमारी एडवाइस बहुत सही है, किधर सही है? they are making money at your cost. खून खोलता है ये सब देखता हूं नंबर तो मुझे. 4 lakh traders lost more than 28 lakhs in 3 years. 28 lakhs is not a small amount. वो 4 लाख ट्रेडर है, वो छोटे नंबर नहीं है. Out of 1.13 crore, 4 lakh traders lost more, on an average 28 lakhs per person in 3 years. That means on an average they lost near about 9 lakhs, which works out to near about 70 to 80,000 per month. I would not be surprised the same stupid 4 lakh people will further trade in the F&O market in anticipation, in hope that they are able to recover this money. एक एडिक्शन लग गया, एडिक्शन एफएनओ का. सबको लगता है पैसा जल्दी बनेगा. No one is trying to understand what is the downside risk to this. What surprised me is that only one person have made money of more than 1 lakh. I can understand if someone made crores, and am I right? Only one person have made more than 1 lakh. यानी मतलब दिमाग ही समझ में नहीं आ रहा मुझे. You probability of making more than 1 lakh is only one person. तुम करोड़पति लखपति बचने की सोच रहे हो, वो भी नहीं बन रहा है. So your losses are very, very substantial. Your profits are not very high. तो क्या मतलब है? My request to all of you, change that mindset from the trader to the investor. By doing investment, probability of you losing money in a block of 3 years reduces significantly. Am I right? So what makes money in investment? Exactly disproportionate people will lose money in the trading. 97% of the FPI and 96% of the prop books made money through the algo trading. And this is very, very critical. Retail investors have no chance of using algo. ना उसके पास कैपेबिलिटी है, ना उसके पास रिसोर्सेज है, ना उसके पास एडवाइजर है उस algo ट्रेडिंग का. तो आप डेफिनेटली आपका जो पोजीशन है वो जायंट के साथ खेल रहा है. यू मेकिंग मनी इज लाइक यू आर फेसिंग बुमराह इन अ क्रिकेट. What is the probability of you basically able to score runs? For scoring runs, even to protect the wicket is a bit difficult. और वो हो रहा है. समझो आप लोग. Another worrying factor is that more and more youngsters are going into this. Their percentage increased from 31 to 43. In other words, less than 30 years of population in traders, they now account for 43% of the F&O trade. Initial years of investment career going in the wrong direction. जो आदमी लेस देन 30 है उसको तो सोचना चाहिए हाउ कैन आई हैव अ पावर ऑफ कंपाउंडिंग. सो एट द एज ऑफ 55 or at the age of 60, I create a substantial wealth. I'll give you a classical example today. One of the Indigo pilot, captain actually, came to our office. He's our PMS customer. He asked a very simple question. He got his nephew also along with him. I want to have the same standard of living what I'm having once I retire 20 years down the line. So what is the kind of corpus I need to create? Now that kind of a thought process. And he got nephew because he want him to start also early. And I told him you have a huge runway because they're very young. He's doing his BBA from Narasimha Monji College, Bombay. Now my worry is this. बस तुम 30 साल के नीचे हो, क्या तुमको है मतलब समझ में नहीं आ रहा. Why you want to do trading? %76% of the F&O traders have an annual income of less than 5 lakh per annum. यानी ऐसा भी नहीं कि कोई अमीर घराने से आ रही है ये सब लोग. 5 lakh per annum is near about 40,000 rupees per month. ऐसा भी नहीं कि आपके पास बहुत सारा पैसा जो आप उड़ा सकते हो F&O में. And hence, that losses, even though it looks so small that I'm talking about these numbers, 2 lakhs, that is 70,000 per annum. It looks much because why? 50,000 तो आपका वो है, 5 lakhs तो आपका इनकम है साल का. I really don't understand. Even if you start with a small amount in an investment, over the years because of power company it will become huge amount. वो सोच क्यों नहीं जा रही उनके दिमाग में? Another disturbing trend, more and more F&O traders are shunning futures and going to the options. 10.6% I did in future, which declined to only 5.9. That means 94% of the people are doing only options. सस्ता लग रहा है लेकिन like I really not able to understand the psychology of these people. One good thing I really appreciate, and a lot of heads off to the woman in this webinar also, and otherwise those who are not attending the webinar also. The population of female doing an F&O has come down from 14.9% to 13.7%. In fact, their losses are much lower also. That's what the SEBI report says, which I have not put in this webinar slide. I think women seems to be much smarter in terms of learning from the mistakes as compared to the male. And maybe reason could be the male may have a larger ego, doesn't want to accept the fact that I'm a poor trader, I can't make money in the F&O market, let me move away from that. While the female may have a lesser ego, understand that this is not the market, this is not my cup of tea, please stay away from this. कुछ तो सीखो मेरे भाई. %50% of the traders in F&O comes from Maharashtra, Gujarat, UP and Rajasthan. ये जो और अब जब देखोगे ब्रोकर भी तो ये सब इसी स्टेट से मिलेंगे. खेलो इंडिया खेलो. हम बोलते हैं ना, people learn from their mistakes. But FNO trader nahi. 75% of the traders who incurred losses in 2022 and 2023 continued to trade in FY 2024 also. Why is that so? In anticipation of recovering loss, not only in anticipation of recovering losses, but make substantial profit. ना तो आपके पास टूल्स है, ना आपके पास रिसोर्सेज है, ना आपके पास समझ है. And I will not be surprised, this is a precursor from the SEBI to launch more stricter measure to curb retail participation in the FNO. It is needed also. SEBI did float a consulting paper on FNO that comments to submit has got over, and very soon we should expect some more stringent measures, and I think it's needed also. It's not only SEBI's job. What are brokers doing? They want to make money at the customer's cost, which really pain me. How can you basically advise which you know fully is not in the interest of the customer, and yet you are advising that product to him? Really surprised me actually. और आपके पास इतना ही ज्ञान है, then why your customers are losing money? Let's change the topic, and now let's go to the monsoon. Monsoon have started withdrawing from some parts of the country. The southwest monsoon season is coming to an end. In fact, it started happening from withdrawal, started from western Rajasthan and the Kutch, which is in Gujarat. Overall, India received 5% monsoon as LPA as compared to the in excess as compared to the historical average. No way East and Northeast India now see a good monsoon. Why? Because minus 70% remained that. Northwest came down from 7 to 5. South Peninsula 23 to 15. And Central India from 19 to 16. In next 1 week, most part of the country would see a withdrawal of the monsoon. In fact, in city like Bombay, there was a clearly dry season. In last couple of days, we started seeing some monsoon, but not so much that can disturb the routine life of people. But very soon, I think other parts of the country also will see withdrawal of the monsoon. September is normally not a good month. But if you look at, and what has surprised to me is that, despite 50 bips rate cut from Fed, Nasdaq and S&P 500 not be on the fire. In the month of September, they are up by only 1.42 and 1.24. Russia, which is having a very good battle with the Ukraine, is one of the best performing index. And Spain is up by 3.47. Both Sensex and Nifty are up by almost 3%. But the Europe market continues to struggle, and of course the data coming from the European zone doesn't inspire much confidence in terms of the state of the local economy. Last 1 week, Sensex and Nifty did better, but mid and small cap were little underperformed as compared to the large cap. Pharma and IT show some amount of profit booking, and I think pharma, one thing which is not coming out very favorable is that API prices have come down drastically, and Chinese impact is also there in the export market. But realty market come back very strongly, 5.3%, despite reports suggesting that realty prices are under, the growth is not there, and the prices are now little subdued. Auto, despite higher number of inventory, was up by 4%. So clear-cut risk-on strategy was very much visible, but metal was also up by 3.7%, despite China continues to struggle, Europe zone continues to struggle, and yet metal was up by 3%. But back Nifty saw a smart move, 3.4%. While if you look at the PSU bank is 1.8% up. So in other words, Bank Nifty did extremely well as compared to PSU bank. we discussed many times about the sector rotation, and that seems to be the name of the game. Overall, both YTD, mid and small cap are up by 35%. Nifty and Sensex up by almost 17 to 20%. FIIs, 50,900, almost 51,000 crore they pumped in the Indian equity market. Highest ever monthly inflow in 2024. And if this trend continues, who knows? In December 2023, FPI pumped in 66,000 crore. They can surpass that also. Now we all worried about valuations, barabar hai? If FIIs are going to put 51,000 crore in 1 month, if domestic mutual funds are going to put near about 30,000 additional fund, plus EPFO money, plus retail money, which is directly investing, not going through the mutual fund route, but direct, this is completely liquidity driven rally. Paisa market mein aa raha hai, and that's why we are seeing both indices, that is Nifty and Sensex, are touching all-time high. So market में पैसा बहुत है, and that's why to expect corrections doesn't look like a very feasible scenario. And even if there is a correction comes in, there's a lot of money waiting at the sideline, which will come in, which will not allow market to further go down. Let's open the floor for question answer. Amir, can I request you one thing? One is that I met someone PC Canal in Delhi, and he was saying that उसका सवाल नहीं लेते हो, तो in case if इसका सवाल है तो please ले लीजिए on a priority basis. Number one. Number two, let's try to take first questions on this SEBI study on FNO, and once we get exhaust, we can go to the other set of questions. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Anjali, thanks for an eye-opening webinar for those who think that equity market is gambling at casino or playing with money making machine. Definitely, Anjali ji, I think, equity market is a beautiful place to create wealth, provided you know what you are supposed to do. If you don't know what you are supposed to do, you will lose money. And FNO, and see, try to understand, I'm making a very statement without any hesitation. Broker doesn't have your interest in mind. Broker has his interest or her interest in mind. They will push you FNO product, and they will basically make money at your cost. मुझे तो यही समझ में नहीं आता कि ये जो एक्सपर्ट बोलते हैं अपने आप को, if they were so expert, how come their advice is not generating returns for the investors? फिर 93% कैसे लूज हो सकते हैं मनी मार्केट में, FNO में? And I really surprised what is the moral responsibility of even business channels. वो आप देखो जो मार्केट आवर में जो 9 से 3:30 तो कितना हुआ, 6.5 घंटा हुआ ना, more time is devoted on the FNO side. बहुत दुनिया भर के ज्ञान देंगे एक्सपर्ट्स को बुला के. Why are they not able to generate returns for the retail investors? और उनको सुनते हैं हम लोग, आप ही है ना, हमारा राइट, रिटेल इन्वेस्टर सुनता है ना, अलगू वाला तो सुनता नहीं है, उसका तो उसका खुद अलग लॉजिक लगा हुआ है, वो नहीं सुनता है इसलिए वो पैसा बनाता है, और आप सुनते हो इसके लिए आपका पैसा गंवा रहा है. Am I right? Because Alco doesn't listen to what experts are coming on the market and talking on the TV channel, discussing things. Hello Sunil ji, in the model portfolio since launch, what is the CAGR of aggressive, moderate and conservative portfolio? For long term, which is the best from above 3 options to generate maximum returns? Can you launch a very aggressive model portfolio for young investors who can invest at a very high risk and very high returns? So Taha ji, I think the SEBI guidelines suggest that we can't give any returns on the discuss this CAGR for aggressive, moderate and conservative portfolio, because everyone would have come at different point of time, and hence it makes little sense. And then a lot of investors did some addition and some did withdrawal on some model portfolio, so returns would vary. But if you ask me which is the best one of three to maximum returns, definitely aggressive, because aggressive has a higher exposure to the mid and small cap sector. Allocations are a little more flexible, so it can generate higher returns. Can we launch very aggressive model portfolio? I think some of the people did suggest us, and I'll tell the Mohit, Joyson, and the Amit to consider this, and if they find it feasible, we can launch. But right now, I must tell you that also there is nothing in the pipeline right now to launch very aggressive model portfolio. But to your point taken, we will discuss internally, and if it makes feasible, we will launch it. My advice would be that till such time we don't have it, please go ahead with the aggressive. Aggressive is not also is a poor product. It's a very good product, very aggressive also. So please, if you can stomach the volatility, please go ahead and invest. My advice would be that. Vinit is saying on one way, SEBI releases report on losses from FNO, but on the other hand, they continue to keep weekly expiry. I feel SEBI should remove the weekly expiry and just keep the last Thursday of the month as expiry. Vinit ji, it's very difficult to comment. I think they are going to come out with some measures which will curb the retail participation in a way. So my sense is that someone who is having a 5 lakh income, should it be at all coming to the FNO market? That's what the basic question. So I think I'm of the opinion, and if you ask me, my opinion would be as follows, suggestion. First, every investors who want to trade in the FNO market should clear some exams on the FNO from the NISM. Number one. Number two, they should have a net worth criteria. Anyone who has a less than 10 lakhs net worth criteria should be barred from the FNO market. And number three, first, allow investors for 1 year only to trade in the indices, maybe Bank Nifty or Nifty or Sensex. And once they do that, then allow them to trade on FNO and the stocks specific. And that's the way we should do that, because it's very much needed. We need more educated traders to play in the FNO market. My worry is that today it's 1.8 lakh crore. Tomorrow that number can further go up. Why? Because there is no end to this greed. And that's why I use the word greedflation, where people want to play more and more. And I think your suggestion is right, that weekly expiry, but at the best, SEBI can respond to that. I have little understanding. I don't play in the FNO market, to be very honest with you. I don't have a single trade. Not only that, our policy also, each and every employee at MarketsMojo and Mojo Infinity, we have been barred from trading in the FNO market. Payal is saying, hello sir, I already have PMS account with, but want to add substantial investment in two of my aggressive model portfolio. Please advise if I should invest all funds now or wait for more correction. If yes, till what levels? And invest in staggered manner, half and half in 1 month. Thank you. So Payal ji, we all waiting for the correction. There's nothing happening. I presented data that 50,000 crore has come in the month of September itself from FPI. They understand valuations very well, am I right? And yet they pumped in that money. So we don't know whether there is a correction is going to come or not. If at all you are a little concerned about the correction, please divide into two parts. And you want to put a substantial amount into aggressive model, please go ahead and do that. Maybe if you have a little concern, maybe you can divide into two parts. That's the best advice. But don't expect major corrections to happen. I don't think the liquidity is so strong that any correction, if at all comes, it will be temporary. Dr. Raja Reddy say, I am a big fan of you and your team for your consistent hard work, which is helping especially part-time traders like me. Thank you very much. Please keep going. Sir, my question is, why can't we go for a live streaming during the trading hours, especially in this software era? My meaning stock movement updation. Uh, Doctor Sab, thanks a lot for your compliment, but sir, I'm not very able to. Uh, why can't you go live streaming during your trading hours, especially this software era? So, what do you want us to do live streaming? If you can help me understand, our prices are getting updated live. Are you saying that the four dots needs to be live? Is what you are saying? I don't know. Huh?
Live webinar.
Live webinar. Okay. Sir, if we do live webinars, our experience has been that not many people have joined because people are working. Some people are busy in their work. Some people may be traveling, commuting from this and then. So during trading hours, to do live webinar is no meaning. And we are not going to give you tips during the trading hours. Am I right? So whether we do during trading hours, we do in the evening, with more leisure people can be at the peace with their work and everything. It makes a lot of sense. But in fact, you are the only one who suggested to us to do webinar during trading hours. No one else has given suggestion. In case if more people want to do it, we will be more than happy to do that. But what we have been informed time and again by our investors that please do webinar at the evening so that we are either we reach home or we can listen to you on our way back to home. That's what we have been advised. So that's the reason, sir, we are doing 7 to 8. But if more people suggest, we'll be more than happy to doing during market hours also. Sam Dasari sir say would like you to know outlook on the stocks in the capital market sector after the latest rate cut by the US Fed and also on the diagnostic sector where it seems to be turning around after a long time. So I think the capital market segment, if SEBI is going to come out with some measures on FNO market, definitely they are not going to see the numbers going up. Am I right? They did a really good job in terms of promoting FNO, but if SEBI comes with more stringent measures, I think they will see headwinds, number one. Number two, diagnostic, yes, you are right. It's looking good. Please go ahead and buy. In fact, I think Sam Dasai, if my memory serves me right, you did ask me on this diagnostic and I did said yes at that point of time. Our view has not changed since then. Anjaz, Anbas, again, if I've pronounced it right, if I'm not, please pardon me. How to identify a good mutual fund? What are the parameters to identify a good scheme for a long term, say 5 years? I think your question is very valid. I think I'm not the right person to answer that. I think we do have a team in our mutual fund who are experts. So I don't want to claim to be a mutual fund experts. Am I right? So we do have parameters that have been defined, and we do have a score on each and every mutual fund, which helps you to decide which mutual fund. So what I'll do, sir, I'll ask my team to revert to you. Please forward this message to Hasis, and she will come back to you, sir, with the proper answer. Huh, Amir? Yes. Without fail, yeah. Manikantana Kuttala sir is saying market at 26,000, what takes profit booking or 27,500? Again, this momentum, the undercurrent is very, very strong. Market is not allowing any corrections to be substantial or a longer. So, please do profit booking, because as I told you, there is a sector rotation happening. So please do the profit booking wherever is needed. Profit booking should not be a function of price appreciation only. Profit booking should be a function of whether the story for which you got into that company is over or not. If the story is over, please get out. If story is not over, please continue to hold. And 27,500, very difficult to say, but looking at the underground, very much possible. Rao is saying, Rao sir, has finally USA landed, soft, hard landing or still hovering? It looks like soft landing, sir, at this point of time. Why? Because the economy seems to be doing pretty well. The rate cuts have been announced. Unemployment data are, the balance between the demand and supply and the labor seems to be reaching an equilibrium. So most probably may not land also, but if at all it land, it's soft landing. RK sir is saying subscribers MarketsMojo initially for lock periods are entitled for what benefit in Mojo 1 and stock of the month? So, sir, those who are Mojo 1, Markets Mojo, they are getting all the benefits of Mojo 1, not for the stock of the month. So, that you need to. So, what I'll do, RK sir, I'll ask my customer care department to help you with the what are the credentials available, what is available under your package, and what is not. Stock of the month, you need to subscribe definitely. But Mojo 1, what are the benefits available of that? I'll ask my team to revert to you. Please forward this to the team, my dear friend. Amir, customer care department, Sneha को भेज दीजिए, please. Nagendra sir, tell me about bond interest. Whether interest shall be fixed till maturity like bank, kindly explain. Which bonds we are talking about, sir? I'm not very clear. If you can elaborate that. Normally the bonds have a coupon rate and that is fixed till the maturity unless you go for the inflation adjusted bond, inflation related bond, then it will be fluctuating. But most of the bank bonds are carry a fixed coupon rates and most of them. Okay, so it would be fixed like a bank only. Bala Suddam, sir, very long question. So, few months back, Mohit and you counseled us to hold back investment in small and mid caps with the view that the markets overreturn small and mid caps are even more inflated. However, right now the market has only gone up further, breaching new levels. So won't you share your views on how the large caps and mid caps and small caps are going as of now from our earlier lesson based on which we held back? Kindly educate us. So, Bala Sundaram, sir, we also did what we believed in mid and small cap in our PMS also. So in mid and small cap, we have reduced exposure in our PMS. But in August, that is last month, we started taking exposure into mid and small cap. Why? Because we realized that this liquidity driven rally is unlikely to stop anytime soon. And hence, and also we had taken 10% exposure in liquid funds in our PMS. So we have stopped doing that also. We have fully invested now. So my advice would be please go ahead and start investing in mid and small cap as we started doing in our PMS also. The only cautions I would like to suggest, please look at the fundamental of the company very strictly in mid and small cap. Don't be the victims of the momentum buy, because for some reason if the momentum declines, you will end up losing a lot of money. Someone today sent me on my WhatsApp, I don't know what is the source, looks like some TV channel only, where the aggregate market cap of defense and the railway stocks have come down drastically. I don't want you to burn that fingers with the mid and small cap where the valuation become very extremely rich. So be careful, look at the fundamental very strongly, but please do take exposure in the mid and small cap. We have started investing also in our PMS also. Mahesh, your presence has been drastically reduced in recent time. Other presenters are unfortunately not making impact. Request you to continue your time for us as in the past. So Mahesh sir, normally I come thrice in a week, twice with our MarketsMojo customer and once with our Mojo PMS exclusively, which I used to do in the past also. Yes, unfortunately when I'm traveling or something, I'm not able to make it. But normally my intention is to come on Tuesday, Thursday with PMS customer and Friday again with you people. So that's what I've been doing. Point taken. And when you are saying other presenters are not making any impact, I think they are well versed with the subject matter. They take a lot of efforts in terms of making PPT, and I think they are genuinely making this one. But having said that, I will say that if I can come more often, because I also have other engagements to take care of that, and it doesn't allow me to do. And second thing, when I come in front of you, I need to come with some content, am I right? And making content is not so easy. Because I need to come with the fresh inputs. Otherwise, you will think ये तो आदमी आके हर बार एक ही बातें करता है. You will get bored also. But having said that, point taken. I'll see if I can spend more time with you people. Harsha is asking, where do you see a major correction coming in? Any particular sector to avoid? When do I see corrections? I don't have any visibility at this point of time, Harsha ji. Why I'm saying so? Because the liquidity is so strong. I presented some time back a data, 2 lakh crore is waiting on the sideline with the mutual fund industry. 2 lakh crore. Now that's not a small amount, am I right? 2 lakh crore hai. For some reason that money is waiting for the corrections to happen. In case if the correction happens, that money will directly come in and again market will go up. So I don't think we should try to chase the corrections. We can only be able to time to the perfection. So don't try to wait for the correction. Any particular sector to avoid? I think sectors which I talked about, rotation. So with the realty is one sector which could face some headwinds. Be careful with the railway stocks. Be careful with defense stocks. I think they did extremely well. May not be able to repeat that kind of performance. PSU banks, maybe another wait and watch kind of a scenario. That's what my advice would be. Frank is saying, as FRO traders are losing money, trading 80 could be removed from the MarketsMojo and stop being part of the traders losing money. Do you think it is a good idea? It's a good idea, no doubt about it, Frank sir. And we did mention that, but trading 80 is not for the FNO market. It is for the you buy and hold for a shorter period of time, because we have 1 month, 3 months kind of. It's not for the FNO. And if you look at our stocks also, I don't think that trading 80 recommends only FNO stocks. It goes beyond FNO stocks also. So don't get confused with trading 80 with FNO stocks. That's what but I could be wrong also. I must confess that also, because I'm not well versed with what are the stocks being coming on the trading 80. I've stopped looking at it. But if the best of my memory, I don't think the stock we recommend in trading 80 are all FNO stocks. I think they goes beyond FNA. They may be FNO stocks, but it's not only FNO stock. That's what my understanding is. If anyone can correct me, please correct me. And Amit dekh lena, agar my understanding is right or wrong. Amrita, with Fed reducing interest rate and likely RBI following the suit, how will banks and NBFC perform? They should do well, actually. That's what my understanding is that. And it's very certain that RBI will do the rate cut in the first week of October. So do expect rate cut, but it will not be 50 bips, it would be 25 bips. Number one. Number two, banks and NBFCs should do well. I think somewhere in last 1 year, especially private sector banks should do well, especially NBFCs should do well and be So I think in our top 10 holdings, we do own one NBFCs and one private sector bank, and which has done reasonably well for our PMS investors. Very long. Sunil ji is asking question to Sunil ji. Okay, good evening. We the Mojo subscribers should feel highly thankful to Mojo in general and your good self in particular, as you have always good buys in a good as well as bad times. Hence, I have not only recovered my lost money, but have been able to make good gain through Mojo model portfolio. I think there is no other tool better than that. It is my personal opinion. Others may differ. Thanks a lot, Sunil ji, for your kind words. Not only you, but many investors have confessed to us that they made very good money through MarketsMojo platform. In fact, they went on to say that before MarketsMojo, they always lost money in the equity market. And after MarketsMojo, they keep talking about before crisis and ADM, right? So before MarketsMojo and post MarketsMojo. So pre and post MarketsMojo. And not only you, Sunil ji, but many other investors have very similar story, and we are very happy that we are able to add value to your financial wealth, well-being. Anup is saying, when shall we be able to buy sale using MarketsMojo platform instead of buying from broker platform? Anup ji, I must tell you upfront, right now in our scheme of things, we don't have a plans to be a broker. Maybe we may integrate brokers on our platform, which is not our broker, but third-party brokers, which will help you to buy and sell through that. But we need to look at regulations, what we need to look at this one. But right now, it's not our discussion. It's not even discussion even at a board level. If it is not at a board level discussion, imagine, even if you have to implement, then first it will get approved by the board, then it will go to the tech team to integrate and so on and so forth. Not at least in next 1 year. That's what my understanding at this point of time. And there is no guarantee even after 1 year. Let me put it that also. Neha is saying this is so hard said that youngsters are kept in FNO and intraday rather than focusing on developing the skills and earning capacity so that they can create more wealth by investing properly. Neha ji, you are absolutely right, but this is a fact. And SEBI has brought out this fact. I really feel I'm also angry also, to be very honest with you. Because this hard-earned money, वो पैसा कमाने को इतनी मेहनत करते हैं वो लोग, जो 5 लाख का जो एनुअल इनकम आदमी जनरली बहुत मेहनत करता होगा वो, लेकिन एफएनओ में ऐसे चला जाता है उसको पता भी नहीं चला, एंड स्टिल इज नॉट लर्निंग हिज लेसन और हर लेसन फ्रॉम दिस एफएनओ. It has become an addiction, and I request all these people to please come and attend our webinars. At least somewhere we will be able to guide you in the right manner, and we will make an attempt to convert your trading mentality to the investment mentality. So Neha ji, if you know someone who has been kept into this kind of and this, please request them to come and attend our webinars. At least we will make an attempt to educate them how they can create a wealth not only for themselves but for their families and for their next generation through investment. Mohan Kumaran says, in short, India had to send out of the country 61,000 crore alone to FPI. It is a loss for the country. Right, it's a loss for the country. But this 61,000 crore also includes the prop books also. It's not only FPI who took away 61,000 crore. Dikhana wapis slide. So if you look at this 61,000 crore, it also includes prop books also. I think they have given some bifurcation of 61,000 crore. I'm not able to recollect. So not all 61,000 crore has gone out of the country. But you are right. FPI made money by using algo. Lalita ji is saying, thank you very much, sir, for your views on the FNO. I know nobody makes money in that. It is an addiction. What is your opinion on small cap stocks? Small cap, again, Lalita ji, we need to be careful in stock selection because, the multi-baggers will always come from most of the time will come from the small cap only. Okay? But if your stock selection is good, you can make a lot of money. So I always believe that one should take money exposure in a small cap provided it's an informed decision where you have done your due diligence. And if you do your due diligence, probably is really high that you will make more money in the small cap as compared to mid cap and as compared to the large cap. So please invest in small cap, but with due diligence. Jagadish sir is saying, what advice you would like to give about how to study a company's strength before investing into a newcomers into trading? Sir, you want to be a trader or you want to be an investor? Because you are saying before investing into newcomers into trading. So basically, fortunately, Jagdish sir, we have done a lot of hard work for you in the sense you don't have to do anything now. We have a score on the company available. MarketsMojo has a score on each and every company with clear-cut recommendation of strong buy, hold, sell, and strong sell. I was meeting some few set of investors the other day. Very similar kind of question, not exactly verbatim, but very similar kind of question. मैं बोला, अगर आपको कोई गर्मा गर्म रोटी दे रहा है, तो फिर आप क्यों इतना टेंशन ले रहे हो कि मुझे कैसे गेहूँ उगाना है, कैसे उसको पीसना है, फिर कितना उसमें पानी डालना है आटे में, कितना नमक डालना है, कितना सेकना है. बोला हम लोग आपको दे रहे रेडीमेड. So this is what exactly I am saying, Jagdish sir. Please look at our score of the company and you should be fine with that. You don't have to do the lot of other hard work because why to reinvent the wheel which has when it's already been done. Hetal Kumar, hello Sunil, good to see you again. In case there is a long due correction in the month or two, then can we expect around 20-25%? I don't think there is a correction. So your question is hypothetical. I don't expect corrections to be off, and don't expect 20-25%. That would be a crash in the market, not correction. 20-25% is not a correction, it's a crash in the market. I don't think so that's going to happen. As I told you again, don't focus too much on corrections. Focus on investing good quality company. Assume there was a correction, just for the argument's sake. You are not investing for 1 or 2 months, am I right? You are investing for minimum 3 years. So those who invested in Feb 2020 also, and then correction happened in March 2020, yet they made good amount of money. Same logic. Those who invested in December 2007, and then we saw a major crash happening in the 2008, still making good amount of money now, despite this one. So don't spend too much time and energy on trying to figure out what correction, how much corrections. Invest in good quality company, and that will do the job for you. Davis is saying, is there any possibility of disturbance in the Israel neighborhood cast any shadow on the Indian market? If so, what sectors will be affected? See, Davis said, till now, we have not seen any impact of geopolitical situation, whether it was Russia, Ukraine, or Israel, Hamas. So I don't think, I think somehow market is not too much worried about it. In fact, I was reading an article which said even crude oil prices have not flared up. Normally, crude oil prices also flared up. So till such time we don't see a flare up of crude oil price, which suggests that market is a little worried about the Israel episode, then the impact can come to the equity market also, and Indian equity market also. So till such time crude doesn't move up, rest assured, market is not worried about the geopolitical tension. ये कॉल उनका कर्नल का था कि नहीं सवाल था पीसी कर्नल का? ओके ठीक है. सो थैंक्स अ लॉट एवरीवन टेकिंग टाइम आउट. आई थिंक हमारा सवाल नहीं है कि समय खत्म हो गया. समय खत्म हो गया. ओके, सो वी डू हैव क्वेश्चंस पर समय नहीं है. Sorry for that. I'm not able to take all the questions, but in the interest of the time, we need to conclude this webinar. Thanks a lot, everyone, taking time out and attending this webinar. See you soon. Thursday, I'm in front of all our PMS customers. Please tune in on Thursday if you are a PMS customer. I'll be back with you very soon.